This is day 5 of the free-to-play 2025 challenge, and mistakes have been made. A lot of players have made similar mistakes and they are already regretting it. While you're playing it like a marathon more than a sprint, you might not even notice this mistake and you just be chilling. But I was trying to play it more like a sprint, and I'm kind of stuck on these mistakes, and I'm kind of regretting my decisions in the early game. If you're new to Raid, you might make these similar mistakes and it will almost make you want to start your account all over again, or maybe even quit the game entirely. I'll not list out 20 mistakes. I'll just list out only 3 that is affecting this account and that is also affecting the Noob to Pro account that I started on 1st of January that I plan to play for 365 days. That account is also stuck in this same similar silly mistakes that newer players make. So you might not agree with me with this one, but at the beginning we all knew the number one thing. We've already been preaching it in all our videos. The beginning stages to tell newer players, do not leave the campaign, do not do anything else than pushing yourself all the way to brutal 12-3. Well, I'm not the only content creator who fell for the trap this time around. Because it's a contest, we found the campaign kind of boring to just stay here and farm away all your gear. But I tell you, because I did not do that in the early game of 2-3 days of playing, now I come to my account and I see that I have no personal reward CVC going on. That's the biggest mistake I think this free-to-play 2025 account has made. If you're a player that have not hit level 40 by the 5th day and this CVC is going on, I currently do not have CVC over there. That's the number one mistake, and the only reason why I did not hit level 40 to unlock CVC before it kicks off, the only reason is because I did not spend all my energy, all the energy we got from the limited series, player points, every energy we got from the faction wars. You can see energy everywhere behind me. All the energy will be picking up from missions, challenges, everything. It was not spent in campaign. If it was spent in campaign, there is no reason why I shouldn't be at level 40 for my account right there. I'm currently level 36, and that is the reason why I did not unlock CVC. Why am I so stressed about CVC? Let me switch over to the account that I've been playing since 1st of January so you can see the main reason why. This is the account. It's currently day 14, and check out, this account has CVC unlocked. And even if your clan does not win, well, your clan, if they are very active, they will win. And besides getting those personal rewards, look at all the other resources I'm missing out on. I'm talking about chickens, energy, chickens, just for being tier 1 chickens. I'm not talking about personal rewards. Now if you go over to the personal rewards, see more resources I'm missing out on. So for a newer account like this, you probably don't know about CVC, you're fine, you don't acknowledge this mistake. But for an endgame player who is starting fresh of an account, we knew CVC was coming, but I didn't know the number of levels required to unlock CVC. I wasn't aware. I thought CVC would just be active for me. Since I was in a clan, I thought I would have it, and right now I'm missing out on all these rewards that this other 1st of January 365 days account will get. This account is also stuck on some mistakes, so that's the first one. I'll list only 3 so just permit me to rant in this video, because I'm looking at every player in Raid going for this contest who is already at level 40 and above will be getting these resources, and I'm stuck here without it. It doesn't even matter if you run out of energy, because you're close to level 39, 40. You might even spend a little bit of your gems. I had the resources, I have the gems to push that campaign all the way to put myself to level 40. I just did not do it. So why didn't I do it? Because I didn't know level 40 was needed to unlock CVC, or because I was just focused on other things. That's the second mistake I'll list right here that this free-to-play 2025 account has made. We focused on arbiter missions too much and challenges. Arbiter missions and challenges, we focused on it too much. Not just me, a lot of content creators going for this challenge also did similar mistakes. So if you see anybody not sitting at 2 6-star champions by now, or at least 1 6-star champion by now on the 5th day of playing, who already know how to play the game, it might be because they choose to play it in a different way. It also might be because they're focused on a lot of other things that we are all showing red. And all these challenges are so addictive. They give you a little bit of rewards for doing a lot. They give you a little bit of rewards for doing a lot. You also get a ton of energy from them, no doubt about that. But the amount of energy you spent in them, it's not worth the amount of XP, account XP they gave you back, because they required you to fight lower level content, normal, hard maybe. They never really made you go fight brutal. And that's what I'll say. Newer players should forget about these challenges from now on. Whenever I start a free-to-play account, whether in 2026 or anytime in the future, I would never do challenges anymore. I'm saying never. I would never touch habitat missions anymore because I've seen clearly now that they just simply are created to exhaust all that energy that raid gives to you when you're starting the account. You see 1,000 energy, 1,500 energy, close to 2,000 energy that they throw at you at the start. Even without doing those events and challenges or those missions, you still get those ton of energy from all other sources, right? So you are supposed to spend that in the campaign and nowhere else. We've been stressing this so much, but now I can clearly see it again in two different accounts, that because I did not focus so much on the brutal, getting to brutal, I'm stuck right here. Most players will say your starter champion cannot get to brutal, so therefore you should stick to hard mode and farm brimstone and get your champion to 60 that way. I could do brutal. I had the resources in terms of 2 champions needed to push your way all the way to brutal. Even my campaign farmer is still level 50. Even without being 60, I could do it. I just did not focus on it because I was distracted by other things. So that's 2 mistakes. The first one, of course, was not getting the levels unlocked to get the CVC unlocked for myself so I can be able to get all those rewards I'm missing out on right now. And the second mistake is obviously focusing on these challenges so much. Now, after pushing all the habitat missions, you still get to the point where checkout is telling you to fight particular spirit potions, magic potions and all that, and getting superior. So when it begins to require you to get superior, you know you're screwed. Because if you come into those superior potions to farm those superior potions, I mean these ones, you're screwed because you're farming it at lower levels. Your champions are not 60, so they can't beat it at higher than 7, 6, 9, 11, maybe if you're lucky enough to get other champions accompanying them. That's still not the best stages to get these superior potions, right? So you're struggling to get a little bit of gems. These gems do help to get to your first starter champion to getting their masteries on them. Maybe you don't even need these 300 gems to get your starter champion's masteries, but if you're focusing on just one of them, you might need it if you want to unlock the gem mine or something. But check out, I'm sitting on excess gems, so I clearly did not need these gems to put masteries on my first starter champion on day 1 or 2. So why did I go for these ones? Most people, the excuse is that if you do not push for these missions right now, the potion keeps will begin to lock up. All of them will lock up, and then you have to wait a longer time to push them. Well, guess what? Even if you come right here and push all these missions right now and get it done, the amount of energy you will spend in lower level potion keeps is not worth it. It's worth waiting till doing it later when it unlocks with a bunch of level 60 champions, because at that time you'll be farming it at a higher level, whether it's 12, 13, even if it's not all to the highest level, right? So I feel like spending this amount of time farming stage 9 because you're looking for a greater potion, superior potion, is not worth it. The amount of resources you spend right here. And you say, what about champions who need the ascensions? Some champions need it to unlock their skills. Your starter champion is fine. Your Sun Wukong just 3-star is fine if you're using that champion as a starter champion. All the others don't really need to unlock. Well, Ugo was also needed to 3-star so she can unlock her passive skill or something. It might get it done at a lower level, but not because a mission requires you to do it and you spend all your energy and gems there. In the long run, if you're lucky, you will not spend so much time. But a majority of players who you see right now going for those habitat missions or challenges will end up spending all their energy that the early game gave to them in that content. I cannot stress this enough. Now we have to also acknowledge one of the missions is not just missions, challenges also. Win 4-star attack gauntlets as attack percentage gauntlets from clearing campaign. Now this one is telling you on hard or higher, so it's totally fine to do this one on brutal 12-4, right? But those other ones before these missions, they are ones that required you to farm it at lower level on normal attack percentage, this attack percentage, that HP percentage. All those missions were just there to make you not progress faster. You could obviously beat up to 12 6 or even higher, but these missions is always taking you back to where you should spend all the resources they're giving you on that content, wasting resources. You might say you're farming that content when it required you to farm the lower level of the sewers, right? You put it on normal, you go there, you're farming it, you're looking for attack percentage, because you're farming it with food you really don't care. This is not the best way to farm food. We all know that, right? But you stayed in this content farming that attack percentage, glove, chest, boots until you got it. Whether you do it now or you do it later, most people say you eventually do it. But if you're in a race like us right now, we were trying to, be on the leaderboard. This is a 3-month challenge and you are trying to get things done fast, unlock things really quick. And you're stuck here spending all your resources that you're supposed to progress on a challenge like this, which doesn't give you a similar reward, right? You could do this on a normal day after you have nowhere else to spend energy. You can always do these missions 2 months into the game. They are not going anywhere. The resources you're supposed to get from doing these missions are going to stay right here. Sure, they did give me some epic skill tome by doing those missions, upgrading artifacts and all that. They did give me some epic skill tome to unlock my support champions, right? So if I go to the epic champion right now, all the resources they gave me, well, she's already fully booked. She won't be on this list. But there she is. My Tagoa, not she or he, I don't know. Now, Tagoa is now fully booked because I chased all those challenges. So they did give a lot of epic skill tomes in those challenges that I used to unlock this champion. So in a way, it gives you something good. But in a way, you really don't need this champion to be fully booked right now because all your time should be spent in the campaign. By the time your starter champion is 60, the same thing that 2 champions could do, 160 champion could do the same thing. I'm talking about high damage in clan boss or be able to survive higher level dungeon content without needing a support champion to be 50 and fully booked to sustain them. So in a way, this is a rant video, so sorry, but I'm just acknowledging all my mistakes right here in this video. So if you see me not ranking in the leaderboard except for arena where I'm spending all my time, because I feel like starting with Sun Wukong, that's where I'll be pushing, refreshing, fighting easy teams. This one, there's no mistakes I've done in the arena and there's no mistakes to acknowledge over here. I'll just look for easy teams and fight it. Why? Because at this point, we're all out of energy. I'm out of energy. Only 600 energy you see right there is because this content opened up, the clan shop opened up that had resources for us. If you've not picked up some clan quests, go ahead and pick up some clan quests that you can do, because this time around it does have a energy that you can gain from it, right? So I picked up some energy. That's why you see me currently having 600 energy right here, because all of yesterday and today energy has been 0. All the energy sources is drying up. Most players have even started using their energy pots, which I'm refusing to do right now. Some players have even used their gems. I've not touched my gems. So I'm hoping when I can begin to use all these other resources, I will have to catch up with the competition, because whether you like it or not, this is a competition. I am in the Queen of Hearts category of content creators and we are winning. So I hope I can still keep the drive on despite making these early game mistakes that have hindered my chances of getting a champion to 60 fast by spending all my resources in challenges and missions that got me nowhere. So is chasing the arbiter missions in a 1 month or 2 possible and getting it done? Yes. But is it worth reducing your chances of pushing all other content? Because whether you like it or not, right now I have an arbiter mission that is telling me to go fight the dragon. The amount of energy I will spend in dragon, 12. Yes, 12 or 13. It's so much that is not worth doing that mission right now. I would not touch that mission. I've done some. I saw that the amount of energy I was spending right here. It gives you some early game gear you can begin to put on your champion. Yes, I'll acknowledge that. But I'd rather spend that energy to take 2-3 champions to 60. When I come back to this dragon, I'm pushing it all the way to 20. So if my champions have are level 60 and they all have masteries on them, this content will be so easy. We can all agree with that. So why are we all stuck in this content, throwing all our energy right here, which we should be taking 2, 3, 4 champions, including allies, to 60, so we can come back here and nuke all this content and still get those arbiter missions done. So I need to stress this enough. So those are the 2 mistakes this noob to pro and the 2025 free-to-play account has made that I wanted to stress in this video. So if you've made the similar mistakes, also let me know in the comments. But if you feel like it's not a mistake, the arbiter missions is here for you and it's good for you, it gives you good resources, sure, why not? Maybe it's not a mistake for you, but for me, for my personal opinion, whenever I start free-to-play accounts or new accounts, I would never chase any challenges. Even without looking at the challenges and you just play the game normally, you will see them showing you red dots that you just completed a challenge. Naturally, they will tell you just completed a challenge. So I don't see why we have to now deduct to stick to this. The best thing that Raid has done for newer players is by introducing this pass right here. This one is this apprentice pass that is dedicated to help newer players progress. I feel like anybody who forgets about challenges and arbiter missions and focus on apprentice challenges is the best thing to do. Follow up this one and this will guide you along. Even if you don't like the rewards it gives you, which is good rewards, sure, except some of those flat stars that we don't want. But if you follow this up, they are trying to guide you towards not, doing all those other distractions. Follow this one as an apprentice that you are, and it should begin to make you a pro in a way. Now, finally, the last mistakes that I think I'll have to list in this video is bad luck. Bad luck, because last year we had, what do you call it now? We could use only epics, we could not use legendaries and all that. Now, for bad luck that I've been getting on this account, I've summoned 2 sacred shards and I got nothing. I know I've not summoned ancient shards, so I can't really say I have bad luck, right? I can't really say for sure if I have bad luck or not. But if you see the amount of quality of champions a lot of creators or community players have been able to summon, you feel like this challenge is over for me, I can't compete. But we'll still keep faith going in this challenge for those 3 whole months. Even those players who have the crazy champions might still not be able to have the time and the resources or the energy to even put into pushing content for sure. So maybe they'll just get it and get so busy that you finally use your bunch of trash champions, you're getting to climb up higher ranks in a lot of content, and get some more points for the Queen of Hearts team instead of the Alice team. I hope the Alice team lose. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Queen of Hearts because I'm in there and we're currently winning in the HH challenge, right, on the website right here. So I'm hoping my luck will change, because so far I've gotten bad luck from Secret Shards. What did I get? 2 trash epics who I would have to manage and use. I don't have a choice. Grizzle is not that trashy, but this second one is not one I ever intended to build, but I saw that his skills are kind of useful. Together they can increase duration of their buffs. But these are not the 2 champions. Most players, if you ask them in raid, which are the 2 champions you want to accompany you in the clan boss, this is what I got. So I either have to stick with them to level 50 at least to get me to brutal clan boss, or I have to keep them aside as faction war champions only until I see what better luck I can get from summoning my ancient shard during a 2x event. So I'm one of those who is also stuck waiting till I can get those one done. So I think I had bad luck, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. It's not just my main account right here, 2025, that has had some bad luck this time around. Even the Noob to Pro did get some bad luck, so much that I almost gave up on this Noob to Pro season 4 account, which I started 1st of January, that I intend to play up the way to 365 days, 25th of December. This account has had so much bad luck because just like going for these arbiter missions, I've been stuck confusing Justicia mission for 5 entire days, 1 whole week, almost 1 week of this mission. This account is chilling. We're just doing campaign. This account did go for kill, go to 60, did everything right over here until I got to these Justicia missions, and I'm like, how can one account have so much bad luck? It's not in terms of shard, but they say fuse Justicia, you have to get rares. So this, that's why I say the title right here, this is enough to make some newer players quit playing the game. Check out. To fuse Justicia, I need a Harris. To fuse Justicia, I need a Spirit Host. So if I've been spending all the energy I've been getting on the account for 5 entire days in this campaign that is supposed to give me Harris and Justicia, Harris and Spirit Host, Palace of Arabia, this is the champion I need. Do you know how many copies of this other counterpart I've got? At this point, 5. So as you farm this content, they're giving you rares. At every 100 or 20, 200, you get a rare from or so. After 100 or 200 ones, some might say even switch to normal or hard. It doesn't matter. I've done all that. Some say stage 4 is the best one. I've done even the boss stages. I've done every trick in the book. I keep getting this other counterpart, Avenger. How many copies of Avenger do I have right now? Because I'm refusing to use Avenger as food. I'm just keeping them so I can know how unlucky this account has been in terms of fusing Justicia. That's 1 copy of Avenger. 2, 3, 4. So 4 copies of Avenger this account has picked up from farming that Palace of Arabia. So I can't, if I have had 5 days of farming that content, how long do you think it will take me to get Spiritos? Because I also need Spiritos, unfortunately, to fuse that justice here. So this is some frustration that this 2025 January free-to-play accounts are going through. My 1st of January account and this HH Gaming contest account. It's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. Enough to make you look at this account. I'm like, I quit. But no, I'm still in the challenge. I'm not giving up yet. I know that even if you have bad luck in the early game, things can change during the next 2 weeks. I begin to see gold flying everywhere and my luck can change definitely. So sometimes it happens like that in raid it seems like nothing is going your way. You're always out of energy. You're always out of resources. You have a lot to do. You have the time. You just can't do it. And then you think it's time to just quit the game. So newer players who get stuck in this stage of the game, there is hope for you in the future. Like today where I just got 600 energy out of nowhere, the clan shop and other resources, playtime rewards and all that. I didn't expect to have 600 energy today, but I'm gonna go right here and try to correct my mistake that I've been making since the 5 days now on this account and get my starter champion to 60 so he can stop dying in this 2 bomb. Anytime 2 bombs are placed on him in this brutal stage, he dies. Although we'll still get about 6,000 XP for the campaign farmers, for the food champions instead of the 8,000 we normally get if he dies. It's still not the best way to go, failing 1 out of 50 battles. So it's like a 98 or 97% success rate for this battle. It's not the best way. Even if he has high resist, the bomb sometimes just land on him. Not 1 but 2 that kills this champion. To correct that mistake, I need to get him to 60. Some are taking their allies to 60, some are taking other champions to 60, but I prefer to take this campaign farmer to 60 so he can be more consistent in this content. That will help me farm it faster, better, and unlock all other content. Alright, so that's this update a little bit that I wanted to share on this noob to pro, on this 2025 free to play challenge right here, and also from my noob to pro perspective, how frustrating that account has been so far. The luck will change for the future. I'm looking forward to that. I just wanted to rant a little bit. As you can tell, I'm a bit frustrated by all this that has been happening on my account. Last year I was very lucky. We couldn't use legendaries last year, but I picked up 2 legendaries and I had to use them as food. It was quite exciting and fun to see, but this year my luck has been not good. Maybe I have to wait until we pull ancient shards 2x to see whether I get better luck. Alright, for the end of the video, I'll show you a little bit of progress from this ongoing Mad Hatter fusion. You cannot forget about the fact that your main account might still be going for a fusion. If I draw my line on a Tuesday right here, you can see that these are the activities that are going on. 0. By 0, I mean today feels like a break, because you're not pushing dungeon divers, because tomorrow is when the ice golem will start. So tomorrow is when officially these dungeon divers can be done. But you shouldn't wait though. I have been using the event dungeon to farm this particular dungeon divers a little bit. If I switch over to my endgame account right here, you can see I've been picking up some event dungeon points, make it to full max. And you might not be going all the way to the 4,500 mark, but today I'm using this event dungeon as an opportunity to farm that dungeon divers point, because the ice golem is not what you want to use to do the entire dungeon divers. No, you want to push event dungeon a little bit so you get a lot of dungeon divers points. Then tomorrow when the ice golem farm comes up, we just use a little bit of ice golem to complete the dungeon divers too. Or when the ice golem is done, we go back to the event dungeon and keep farming it. I've not started using gems for this event dungeon, else you would have seen me at 4,500. It's by tomorrow, after I'm done with the ice golem, that's when I'll push the rest of my gems in here. Not just because I want to win first place or be at 4,500, just because I know that this content is what everybody is gushing about right now, and I can't be the only one in the sidelines not getting my pinpoint and accessories and artifacts, right? So to help me make that happen, I've built 2 teams that Buzo have suggested in his last videos. Go check him out. The first one was the double gnot teams. Was it double gnot? I think it was a double gnot team, and yeah, it didn't work out for me because for some reason it wasn't 100% success rate. If the this champion is not provoked, sometimes I was using the epic champion. What's her name? Let me see if I have her out of the vault. That team did not work for me so much because there she is. I was using this epic champion Umbral Enchantress. Sometimes she doesn't land her 2-turn provoke, on the casual and the run fails. Or sometimes the boss doesn't get a HP bond from Geomancer and all our source of damage is extinguished and the run fails. So I gave up on those teams that had double gnot. I do have the double gnot. I do have the decreased defense champion, the leader slot champion. Some are using Dickin, some are using Lysandra. I tried that team, wasted about 30 million silver, got it to work, but I found that if the provoke is not landed on this champion due to 3%, or if the boss doesn't get the HP bond from Dickin due to 3%, the run fails, which happens a lot. Even I came down to 29, 28, it was failing. So I finally put together this second team that Buzo also suggested in his video, and it worked perfectly for me, using this main champion as the main source of poison, and this time around building Yakar without any accuracy, using his skill that, unresistible freeze on this champion. It works every time, and so far this run has not failed once. So thank you, Buzo, for this suggestion, and I can finally farm 30 and not fall behind to level 20 or 25 like mid to endgame players. I'm a super endgame player, so I'm supposed to be farming 30. The last time this event dungeon was open, I couldn't put together a team for 30. I just settled at 29 or 28 and I farmed that Odin boss that entire time. But this time around, due to Buzo's recommendations, I got that to work. So thank you, Buzo, for making this happen for me. At least my seer is high enough and built well enough to one-shot this wave totally, and I'm gonna farm that content until I get my dungeon divers done. So yeah, that's this update I wanted to share with you guys. Share my frustration a little bit with this 2025 free-to-play challenge and my 365-day new to pro account also that can't just get a spirit toast and this other champion I need to fuse the champion. Anyways, that's all I wanted to share. Hopefully you guys say sorry to me in the comments and make me feel good a little bit, because right now I'm a bit frustrated with raid, and this can happen. This can make you want to quit the game, but you know that at the end of the day it's just a game. Sometimes you come up, sometimes you fall short, and sometimes nothing just changes and you keep playing on and on, just doing your daily missions and logging out, until something interesting happens, and then you begin to be happy about the game again. For now, I'm not happy about these two accounts that I'm playing on. They're frustrating. Later, guys. Like, subscribe for more daily raid challenges content. I'll see you in the next one. So now you know not all content creators get the content creator lock.